children, welcome to my channel. Today we will learn ninth class first chapter, the French Revolution. We will learn this lesson in three parts because it's a little bit tough. Today we will learn first part, and in this part the topics will be covered as below, that is Bastille, the fortress prison, फ्रेंच सोसाइटी ड्यूरिंग लेट 18th सेंचुरी। बिस्टाइल क्या था, फ्रांस का समाज कैसा था 18वीं सदी में, पोजीशन ऑफ एस्टेट्स इन दिस सोसाइटी एंड एस्टेट्स जो तबके बने हुए थे उनकी क्या स्थिति थी, द स्ट्रगल टू सर्वाइव, ज़िंदगी में जीने के लिए कैसे जद्दोजहद की गई, ग्रोइंग मिडिल क्लास, मध्यम वर्ग कैसे आया, द आउटब्रेक ऑफ द रेवोल्यूशन, क्रांति कैसे आई, नेशनल असेंबली, फ्रांस बिकम्स ए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्ची किंगशिप, किंग का राज भी रह गया और संविधान भी बना। ये सारे टॉपिक आज हम इसमें कवर करेंगे और देखेंगे कि किस तरह ये सब हुआ। नाउ फर्स्ट वी विल लर्न अबाउट बस्टाइल। What was Bastille? Bastille was a fortress prison. Fortress एक फोर्ट की तरह, it was like a fort. Fort means किला, किले की तरह थी ये जेल, इसलिए इसे कहते हैं fortress prison. Its name was Bastille. On July 14, King ordered troops to enter the city Paris. Troops, army. 14 जुलाई वाले दिन, on the day of 14 July, King gave orders to the troops to enter the city Paris. Paris के अंदर दाखिल हो जाओ. Rumors होते हैं जो गलत अफवाहें उड़ती हैं. Spread of firing on citizens. These type of rumors spread in the city that troops are entering and they will start firing on the citizens. नागरिकों पर वो गोलीबारी करेंगे, ऐसी अफवाहें उड़ने लगी. 7,000 people were in fort of the town hall to form people's militia. 7,000 के करीब लोग टाउन हॉल के सामने इकट्ठे हो गए. टू फॉर्म पीपल्स मिलिशिया, मिलिशिया थी मिलिट्री टाइप, लोग ये हथियार वगैरह इकट्ठे करेंगे एंड दे विल not allow these troops to fire on them. They entered government buildings to get arms. Government buildings, सरकारी जो दफ्तर थे, सरकारी जो बिल्डिंगें थी, उसके अंदर लोग घुस गए. किसके लिए? Why did they enter that? They entered to get arms. This was the incident, how it started. How it started on 14 July. King ordered troops to enter the city, Paris. Paris was the main city, capital of France, and like this the rumors spread that troops will start firing, and to stop all these things, people near about 7,000 gathered in front of the town hall to form a militia, and they entered the government buildings, so in this hope that they will get arms there. Arms means ammunition, that is bullets. They will get you say guns, like this. Now we'll see what happened in Bastille. What was Bastille? It was a fortress prison in the eastern part of Paris city. Eastern part, there was a prison which was of fort type. Fort means किला, किले की तरह पेरिस शहर के पूर्वी हिस्से में एक जेल थी. पीपल हेटेड इट, लोग इससे बड़ी नफरत करते थे, अच्छा नहीं समझते थे. इट वॉज सिंबल ऑफ डिस्पोटिक पावर ऑफ द किंग. सिंबल, निशानी, चिन्ह था वो एक. वॉट इज द थिंग? इट इज दिस फोर्ट्रेस प्रिजन शोज द पावर ऑफ द किंग. राजा की ताकत को दर्शाती है. डिस्पोटिक, जिसका कोई सामना ना कर, बेहद ताकत है उसके पास, बड़े जो कानून उसके हाथ में है. People hope to find hoarded ammunition, गोला बारूद, hoarded, इकट्ठा किया हुआ लोगों को ये आस थी. People hope that they will get a lot of ammunition from this fort as prison that was Bastille. Where was Bastille? In the city Paris, in its eastern part. Why people hated it? Because it stood for the symbol of despotic power of the king. It showed the king's power. And now, what was their hope? Their hope was that they will get a lot of ammunition from there. They attacked the prison. Now, people attacked the prison in this hope that they will get a lot of ammunition. And second thing was they hated it. They did not like it. Now, what was the result of these two things? These two things means first on 14 July it started from the entrance of troops in the city. People planned to form people's militia, and they attacked the Bastille. Now, what was the result of these things? The result of this was that the commander of the prison Bastille, he was killed, and there were only 7 prisoners in the prison. They were released by the people. लोगों ने क्या किया, उन्हें आज़ाद कर दिया. गिनती में कितने थे? 7. और कमांडर जो था प्रिजन का उसको मार दिया. It was demolished. They burnt it. They destroyed it completely. Completely it was destroyed. Stone fragments sold to them who wanted to keep a souvenir of its destruction. Destruction means उसकी तबाही. उसकी तबाही की जो निशानी रखना चाहते थे उन लोगों को इन्होंने स्टोन फ्रैगमेंट्स, पीसेस ऑफ स्टोन, इट्स स्टोन्स जो बचत खुचत थी उसके जले हिस्सों की, दे सोल्ड ऑल दैट इन द बाजार. टू whom? To the people who wanted to keep these so a souvenir of its destruction, इसकी निशानी जो रखना चाहते. These were beginning of chain of events, step by step, one by one, related to each other. These all were chain of events. एक के बाद एक घटना जुड़ती गई. कहाँ से शुरू हुई? राजे के हुक्म से. Then prison, they attacked on it, and this led to the path of revolution. This was the beginning of the revolution in France. From which city? From the city Paris. Paris, the capital of France. And from the prison was Bastille. See here, you can see this is the prison Bastille. It is only one part to show here. This was Bastille, the prison in the city Paris. And see how the people entered, how they have destroyed, how it is burning. These are it became to ashes. राख में तब्दील हो गई वो. And its fragments, जो इसके बचे कुछ पार्ट थे, it was sold in the market. And this is destroyed prison. कुछ हिस्सा यहाँ दिखाया गया है कि उसका, क्योंकि बहुत बड़ी थी. It was a very big fortress prison. So this is one part shown here, how it was destroyed. It is the remaining of the prison. Now we will see French society late during 18th century. 18वीं सदी में फ्रांस का समाज. Society means समाज. How was the society of the France in 18th century? Late means at the end of the 18th century. Who was the king? Louis XVI. And to which family he belonged? वंश कौन सा था? Bourbon family. In the year 1774. So in 1774, king was Louis XVI. He belonged to Bourbon family dynasty, वंश था उसका. And queen was Marie Antoinette, Austrian princess. Austria की वो princess थी. He was married to Marie Antoinette. Here you can see both them, Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette. She was very beautiful. When Louis XVI sat on the throne, जब वो राजा बनी, he found the empty treasury. खजाना पूरा खाली था. So this was a big thing we had to face when he became the king. Why was it so that the treasury was empty? ये क्वेश्चन खास करके आता है in 5 marks. लॉन्ग ईयर्स ऑफ वॉर, लंबी लड़ाई लड़ी थी दूसरों को आज़ादी दिलाने में. एंड लॉन्ग ईयर्स ऑफ वॉर व्हेन गो ऑन, then a lot of money is spent on the army to take care of that, to give them food. Now maintenance of court of palace of Versailles. Versailles में इसके एक बहुत बड़ा पैलेस था इसका, किंग का. See here, it is shown here. This was palace here. ठीक है. एंड मेंटेनेंस, देख रेख जब बच्चों उसकी करनी थी. कोर्ट जहाँ वो दरबार लगाता था, that was very costly, spent lot of money. See here, this is the inside part of the court. See how beautiful it is. And to maintain such a court, a lot of money is spent. बहुत पैसा खर्च होता है. Who was the king? Louis XVI, married to Austrian princess Mary Antoinette. When he took over the throne, the treasury was empty. Why did he found empty? One thing was long years of war. Second thing was his palace in Versailles, where which in the court inside the Versailles, this palace will need a lot of maintenance. So money was spent in bulk. बहुत पैसा खर्च किया जाता इसकी देख रेख के लिए. Helped 13 colonies of America to gain independence from Britain. हमें सबको पता है, वी ऑल नो दैट ब्रिटेन रूल्ड ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, फ्रॉम जापान टू अमेरिका. पूरे का पूरा दुनिया उसके अधीन थी, राज किया उसने लंबा समय तक पूरी दुनिया में. ही ब्रिटेन रूल्ड ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम. इट इज़ सेड दैट द सन नेवर सेट इन द रूल ऑफ ब्रिटेन. अंग्रेज़ों के राज्य में कभी सूरज छिपता नहीं था. Helped 13, that means wherever the sun rose, there were British ruling there, and 13 colonies of America were under Britain. To get them independent, उन्हें आज़ाद कराने के लिए he helped all these 13 colonies. So money was spent over here. This added $1 billion to a debt घाटे में, and $1 billion, lots of money was spent on this, and this was in a debt means घाटे में जा रहा था. Lenders too charged 10% interest on loans. Lenders who gave money to this king Louis XVI, they charged 10% interest, ब्याज. जितना वो पैसा उसे उधार देते उस पर 10% ब्याज भी लगा देते. ऑन लोन जो वो कर्जा ले रहा था, that means 100 rupees में से 10%, 10 rupees. So this was the interest. The interest was also very high. How could he pay these loans? First of all, the treasury was empty. One reason was his father fought a lot, long years of war. And the next thing was in his palace, the court was very beautiful, as you have seen here. And to maintain such a beautiful court, lots of money was spent. And he helped 13 colonies of America to get independence. There also a lot of money was spent on the military. And this all works added $1 billion of debt. काफ़ी घाटा उसको हुआ इसमें. And the money lenders who gave them money as loan, कर्जे के रूप में जो पैसा देते, they also charged 10% interest. ब्याज लगा दिया उन्होंने 10%. Expenses on army, court, government offices, universities. To keep up the army, court, government offices, university, expenses were there. Lot of money was spent. These all expenses were very high. This led to increase in taxes. So he had to increase the taxes. Taxes was paid only by third estate. तीसरा तबका जो था समाज का खाली वो टैक्स देता. We'll read about this in just next part. See, what was the society of France in the last part of 18th century? सबसे पहले we learnt about King Louis XVI. He belonged to dynasty Bourbon family को belong करता था. 1774 में वो राजा बना. He was married to Queen Mary Antoinette, who was the Australian princess. When he became the king, when he sat on the throne, his treasury was empty. The main reason was long years of war, maintenance of his court of Palace of Versailles, and he helped the 13 colonies to get independence from Britain. This went into a lot of billions of livres of to debt, and the lenders who gave him loan, they also charged 10% of interest on the loan. This also became too expensive. Now, army, court, government officers, universities needed a lot of money to take care of them. This led to increase in taxes. इसके कारण टैक्स बढ़ाए गए and tax was paid only by the third estate. Here is the position of the estates in the society. The society was divided into three estates: first, second, and third. Here you can see first clergy, second nobles, and third were others. See, first, near about 1 crore 30 lakh millions of people lived here. High ranking clergy. Clergy was people were here in this first part. They privileges जो उन्हें सहूलतें मिली थी, एग्जाम्पशंस, किस चीज़ से उन्हें अलग रखा गया था, बर्डन्स, क्यों बोझ उन पर क्या था. सी हियर they were high marking clergy. King came in this, collected the tithe. Tithe एक तरह का था टैक्स. They collected it. Censorship of the press, media. What media would say? Only what the king said them. Control of education. Education was under the control of the king. Kept records of births, deaths, marriages, etc. All this was under his control. Catholic faith held honored. Catholics were honored. Position of being the state religion. It was state religion. Catholic Christianity. Owned 20% of the land. 20% of the land was under him. Paid no taxes. Taxes were not paid by them. Subject to church law rather than civil laws. He believed in church laws made by the religion, rather than civil laws, rather than the other laws made by the king or his ministers. Moral obligation rather than legal obligation to assist the poor and needy. Support the monarchy and old regime. Monarchy, king को सपोर्ट करना. ओल्ड regime था रेवोल्यूशन के पहले. जब रेवोल्यूशन शुरू हुई, the time before that, in which they discussed about the society of France, clergy, they were people belonging to the church. Now see, what did they do? They collected tax, censored the press, control of education was under them, birth, death, marriages, etc. record was under them, and main faith was Catholic faith of Christianity, as this was the state religion, and they owned 20% of the land. They did not pay any taxes, okay? And they supported the king and old regime. Now is the second, nobles, ministers, high educated and rich persons, collected taxes in the form of feudal dues. ये भी टैक्स लेते थे. And monopolized military and state appointments. मिलिट्री थे और स्टेट की जो अपॉइंटमेंट्स होती थी, जो बड़े बड़े अफसरों की भर्ती होती, दे डिड दैट. ओन्ड 20% ऑफ द लैंड and another 20% of land were under the nobles. They did not pay any taxes. Support the monarchy and old regime. They also supported the king and the old regime. Third was others left in the society. That were artisans, karigar, bourgeois, city workers, merchants, peasants, etc. Everyone left other than these persons. They had no privileges. उनको कोई सहूलतें नहीं मिलती थी. They had no exemption. They had to pay taxes. Paid all taxes. Burdens उन पर क्या थे? Tithe, church tax, सीधा जो चर्च को देते, क्लर्जी को, एंड टैक्स ऑन गुड्स ब्रॉट इनटू सिटीज, फोर्स्ड रोड वर्क, पोल टैक्स, income tax, yani every type of tax was paid by them. Taxes was not paid by the first and the second estate. Simple wordों में first estate clergy, second estate nobles, third estate were others like is peasants, workers, merchants, etc. And they first and second class did not pay any tax. They helped the king, and the third class paid all the taxes. These are the clergy, nobles, and others. Third estate. Now, what was old regime? The term old regime is usually used to describe the society and institutions of France before 1789. 1789 में से पहले फ्रांस की जो समाज था और जो उसके दफ्तरी काम थे, एजुकेशन, वर्किंग ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशंस, सरकार के काम, दैट इज वर्क ऑफ द किंग, हाउ दे डिस्क्राइब ऑल दिस, दैट इज ओल्ड regime. In old regime, this term is usually used. This name is given when they describe about the society, that is Samaj, and institutions, that is working of the offices of the government, that is king, in France before 1789, that is before revolution. Tithe, a tax levied by the church. चर्च लगाता था ये टैक्स, comprising 1/10 of the agricultural produce. एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस, जो खेतों में वो अनाज उगाते उसका 1/10, 1/10 हिस्सा वो लेते थे एज टैक्स. टाइल, टैक्स टू बी पेड डायरेक्टली टू द स्टेट. टाइल वॉज द टैक्स विच was paid directly to the king. Livre, it was currency of France till 1794. जब तक रेवोल्यूशन शुरू नहीं हुआ तब तक it was livre was the currency of France. And now we will see struggle to survive. Survive, जीवन यापन करने के लिए. How did they struggle? How did they came out of it? Now the struggle to survive. Subsistence crisis was a period in France. Subsistence crisis, which period is it? An extreme situation where the basic means of livelihood are endangered. Endangered खतरे में होती हैं. Basic means of livelihood, रोज़मर्रा की ज़रूरतें जो जीने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी हैं. जैसे हम कह दें नमक है, चाय पत्ती है, आटा है, दालें हैं, इन्हें खरीदना बड़ा ही मुश्किल हो जाए जब वो पहुंच में नहीं रहती. दिस सबसिस्टेंस क्राइसिस कैन कम एट एनी टाइम एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड. So it is not that subsistence crisis came in France only at one time only. No, it can come at any time in any country and any part of the world. So what is subsistence crisis means? This is a period, this is a situation when the things of daily use are not in the reach of the people. They are unable to buy these things. Situation is created of this type. And how these people came out of this type of situation? Causes. Reason for this subsistence crisis. Reason was rise in population, जनसंख्या बड़ी तेज़ी से बढ़ रही थी. इंक्रीज इन डिमांड ऑफ फूड ग्रेन्स. जब पॉपुलेशन बढ़ेगी, व्हेन द पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीजेस, सो डिमांड ऑफ फूड विल इंक्रीज. दैट इज नेचुरल थिंग. सो व्हेन द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ फ्रांस इंक्रीज, द डिमांड फॉर फूड ग्रेन्स ऑल्सो इंक्रीज. यानी पॉपुलेशन बढ़ी, जनसंख्या बढ़ी, तो खाने पीने की चीज़ों की मांग भी बढ़ी. प्राइजेस ऑफ ब्रेड रोज रैपिडली मीन्स रोज़ बढ़ती जाना. अक्सर फूड ग्रेन्स की डिमांड बढ़ेगी तो ब्रेड की प्राइस भी, अनाज की कीमत भी बढ़ने लगी. वेजेस कुड नॉट कीप पेस विद राइजिंग प्राइसेस. वेजेस, पैसे जो मिलते थे, मनी द वर्कर्स गॉट कुड नॉट कीप पेस विद राइजिंग प्राइसेस. द प्राइसेस विच वर गोइंग अप डे बाय डे, दे कुड नॉट कीप विद दैम. कीप पेस मीन्स उसके साथ वो चल ही नहीं पा रहे थे. तनख्वाहें कम हो गई, the money they got was less, and the prices were very high of the things they had to buy. Gap between rich and poor widened. गैप जो फ़र्क था, फासला था अमीर और गरीब में, वो बढ़ता ही चला गया. ड्राफ्ट और हेल रिड्यूस्ड द हार्वेस्ट. ड्राफ्ट सोका, हेल जो ओले पड़ते हैं, ओले के कारण रिड्यूस द हार्वेस्ट. दे ग्रेन्स दे वर नॉट टू मच, यानी जो फसल थी वो भी कम हुई बिकॉज ऑफ ड्राफ्ट, सोका पड़ने के कारण, एंड हेल जो ओले पड़े उसके कारण. एंड सो सबसिस्टेंस क्राइसिस, दिस वॉज द टाइम when people had to struggle a lot as the things of daily use were not in their reach. They were unable to buy them. Main reason was population. So population increased, demand of food grains increased. When demand increased, the price of the things increased. When the price of the thing increased, the wages they got were less, so they could not keep with the rising prices. What this led to? This led to the gap between the rich and the poor that widened. ये फासला बढ़ता चला गया. And main reason here also came, that was drought और hail. कभी सूखा पड़ गया, कभी ओले पड़ गए, जिससे फसल को नुकसान हुआ. Now the result of this thing was all these things, the things we saw, Bastille, the society, how or different was the society. First state, second state, third state. Third state was in worst condition. So this led to growing up of middle class. Then emerged a middle class. एक नई समाज का तबका सामने आया जिसे हम मध्यम वर्ग के रूप में जानते हैं. A social group named middle class emerged in 18th century from third estate. तीसरा तबका जो था समाज का, फर्स्ट स्टेट वॉज कलर्जी, दैट इज चर्च. सेकेंड स्टेट वॉज नोबल्स, दैट वॉज रिच पीपल. थर्ड स्टेट वॉज peasants, merchants, etc. Laborers. Now from this third class emerged a new society. A new society came into being, that was middle class in the 18th century. 18वीं सदी में इस थर्ड स्टेट में से एक नया समाज का तबका उभर के सामने आया जिसे मध्यम वर्ग के नाम से जानते हैं. हु वर इन दिस ग्रुप? इस मिडिल क्लास में कौन थे? हु वर द पीपल हु बिलोंग टू दिस मिडिल क्लास? पीपल हु अर्न मनी थ्रू ओवरसीज ट्रेड एंड टेक्सटाइल गुड्स. वो लोग जो पैसा कमाते थे. दोज हु बॉट मनी फ्रॉम व्हाट? From overseas trade. Overseas trade means समुद्री मार्ग के रास्ते. Through sea route, they went to different parts of the world and sold their goods, bought goods from there, such as textile goods, woolen goods, etc. And textile, that is cotton textile, woolen textile, they took from their country to other countries, sold there and got money from them. They brought these textiles, these clothes from other countries to their country and sold here. So they earned money through trade. And they were merchants, so they weaved the clothes also. Professionals. Professionals, those who worked as lawyers, वकील जो थे, administrative officials, etc. सरकारी कर्मचारी. They said no group should be privileged by birth. What was their demand? Their demand, main demand was that no group, that is either it is first estate, second estate, third estate, they should not get privileges. सहूलतें उन्हें जन्म से नहीं मिलनी चाहिए. They should not be privileged by birth. Person's position depends on his merit. Merit, the work he do, what type of work he is doing, how he is working, what the society gets from them, how the society feel about the work of them, and as they give respect, so will be their privilege. यानी जो हम काम करते हैं उस हिसाब से समाज को क्या लाभ होता है, लोग उसे किस प्रकार लेते हैं, उस हिसाब से वो सहूलतों का हकदार होगा. बेस ऑफ द सोसाइटी शुड बी फ्रीडम, इक्वल लॉस. They said the society should be based on two things, that is freedom to all and laws equal to all. उनका कहने का मतलब ये था कि समाज की जो नींव है वो क्या होनी चाहिए, आज़ादी सभी को, नॉट ओनली टू रिच पर्सन दैट इज क्लर्जी और दी सेकेंड स्टेट दैट इज नोबल्स, एंड इक्वल लॉज, कानून सबके लिए एक होना चाहिए. ये नहीं कि क्लर्जी और नोबल्स दे ही नहीं रहे हैं टैक्स और सारा बोझ किसके ऊपर पड़ा है, थर्ड स्टेट के. अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर ऑल लिविंग इन इट, opportunities, they should get every chance for a job, for working, for privileges, all living in the society. समाज में रहने वालों को लिए एक समान मौके होने चाहिए हर चीज़ के लिए. Who spread these ideas? कि इन्होंने इस विचारधारा को फैलाने वाले कौन थे? Mainly philosophers of France played a major role in forwarding the ideas of middle class. इसमें थे philosophers, विचारक, जिन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ा काम अदा किया इस क्षेत्र में इन विचारों को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए. सी causes for subsistence crisis, rise in population, increase in food demand, and prices rose, wages were less, prices were very high. Now this increased the gap between the rich and the poor, and because of all this there came a new social group from the third state. They were middle class, they were educated people and of very open mind. They earned money from overseas trade, व्यापार से पैसा कमाते थे, and even lawyers, administrative officials were part of them. So they said that the privileges जो सहूलतें हमें मिलती हैं वो जन्म से नहीं मिलनी चाहिए, अपना काम जो हम करते हैं उसके आधार पर मिलनी चाहिए. Person's position depends on his merit, that is position in this society should be how the person is working, based on that. And they wanted this society based on, यानी नींव समाज की किससे बनी हो, freedom and equal laws, and all should get opportunities of work, of privilege, that is when they are living in the same society. So who spread these ideas? These ideas were spread by philosophers. विचारक थे कुछ जिन्होंने इन विचारों को आगे लोगों तक पहुंचाया. Now we will read about these philosophers who spread these ideas. So these philosophers were John Locke, Rousseau, Montesquieu. See here, John Locke, Rousseau and Montesquieu. These are the three philosophers. John Locke wrote a book, two treatises of government, refute the doctrine of divine and absolute right of the monarch. He said that कि राजा के जो अधिकार हैं उन्हें बिल्कुल ख़त्म कर देने चाहिए, राजा को भगवान नहीं मानना चाहिए. He is not God. He is not a God. We should come out of this, and everything, all the rights from the king should be taken away. There should be a new type of government. What did Rousseau said? He wrote a book, Social Contract. Contract होता है समझौता. What he said? Government based on a social contract. He said government should be there, which should be based on a social contract. सामाजिक एक समझौता होना चाहिए किसके बीच में, between people and their representatives, the people, those are elected by the society for ruling. कहते उनके बीच में और लोगों के बीच में एक समझौता होना चाहिए. That should be a contract between the people and the persons elected by them to rule. And Montesquieu wrote a book, The Spirit of the Laws, कि कानून जो हैं उनकी कैसा मान सम्मान होना चाहिए, उनकी क्या होंद है. Division of power between legislative, executive and judiciary. He said that there should be no one person rule. Kingship नहीं होनी चाहिए. The power should be divided between legislatives, that is the government, that is, and executives, those who make rules, and judiciary, न्यायपालिका. इन तीनों में ये तीन, जैसे हमारे देश में लेजिस्लेटिव, एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड जुडिशरी, ये हमारी सरकार के तीन हिस्से हैं. सरकार जो कानून बनाते हैं और जो कानूनों की देख रेख करते हैं. एंड हाउ दीज आइडियाज़ वर स्प्रेड, ये कहाँ जाकर इन्हें फैलाते थे, कैसे फैलाते थे. And these are the main questions. These can come in 1 mark. You should know the names of the philosophers, their books, and what were their idea. Now where were these ideas spread? They were discussed in saloons. Saloons होते हैं जहाँ हम बाल कटवाने जाते हैं, मसाज करवाने जाते हैं. एंड कॉफ़ी हाउसेस, जहाँ बैठकर लोग चाय पानी पीने जाते हैं. एंड डिस्कस्ड, there they discussed among the peoples of these ideas that are given above. ठीक है. And through books and newspapers, even through books, किताबों में छापते, न्यूज़पेपर्स में डेली छपते और इस तरह लोगों तक पहुंचाए जाते. were read aloud in groups who could not read and write. Village people who were unable to read and write, जिन्हें कुछ पढ़ना नहीं आता था, उनके बीच इन्हें ऊंची आवाज़ में पढ़कर सुनाया जाता जो भी किताबों में लिखा गया, जो न्यूज़पेपर्स में छपकर आता, सो दैट पीपल कुड नो अबाउट दी आइडियाज़ ऑफ द फिलोसफर्स एंड द आइडिया ऑफ द मिडिल क्लास. मिडिल क्लास की जो विचारधारा थी उसके बारे में भी लोगों को पता चले. एंड आउटब्रेक ऑफ द रेवोल्यूशन, हाउ दिस रेवोल्यूशन स्टार्टेड, क्रांति कैसे शुरू हुई. ये एक मेन है, जो पिछली घटनाएं हमने पढ़ी हैं वो इसके साथ जुड़ी हुई कड़ियाँ हैं जिसने रेवोल्यूशन यानी दोज हु हेल्प्ड इन द ब्रेक ऑफ revolution, in the starting of the revolution. What we have learned in the front, that is Bastille, what the king ordered, how they burnt the Bastille, society of France, and who paid the taxes, who did not pay the taxes, and the middle class, how it came into being, and how the philosophers, how they helped, and the best thing was subsistence crisis also. These all helped in the reasons that became in the outbreak of revolution, जो revolution का कारण बन गई, यानी क्रांति. revolution होती है क्रांति, आतंक अलग चीज़ होती है. and क्रांति is when the total society changes into a new thing, new wave. Now we will see here. Louis XVI being in debt, जब वो घाटे में जा रहा था, as we saw, for war money he spent was in lot. 13 colonies he helped, looking after his extravagant court, money spending on universities and you say offices and military. And then was what he got money as loan and 10% of interest on the loan. These all kept him in a lot of debt, काफ़ी घाटे में हो गया. Thought of imposing taxes, and what he thought that now he should impose new taxes, नए टैक्स लागू कर दे, कर लगा दे, कर कहते हैं इसे हम हिंदी में. So who paid the taxes? We have seen taxes were paid only by the third estate. So the third estate now was to be burdened more. First estate clergy, church did not pay any tax. Second estate nobles did not pay any tax. And this was going to be a burden on the third estate, called the meeting of general estate. इसने फिर अपनी जनरल estate की मीटिंग बुलाई. जैसे हम कहते हैं कि मंत्रिमंडल की मीटिंग है, प्रधानमंत्री के कैबिनेट की मीटिंग है, ऐसे ही he called a meeting of general estate. Now what was this general estate? Estates general करके ये क्वेश्चन आ जाता है 1 mark भी. That was what was estates general. It was a political body to which 3 estates sent their representatives. ये एक राजनीतिक दायरा था जिसके लिए, like we say in parliament, we elect these 3 estates, that is estate 1 clergy, estate 2 noble, and estate 3 others, sent their representatives. ये अपनी नुमाइंदे चुनकर भेजते थे इस एस्टेट्स जनरल के लिए, जैसे हम पार्लियामेंट के लिए चुनकर भेजते हैं. Meeting was called on 5th May 1789. 5 मई 1799 को इसने एक मीटिंग बुलाई, called a meeting of the three estates representatives. Now 300 members of first and second estate, that is from clergy and from nobles, 300 members came, and 600 members of third estate में से आए 600 members, जिसमें peasants किसान, artisans कारीगर and women were denied. They could not attend the meeting. That is, peasants, artisans, women were denied. They were not called in this meeting. They were not allowed to attend this meeting. Sent their demands. So what did they do? They sent their demands. उन्होंने अपनी मांगे भेज दी. In about 40,000 letters, 40,000 की गिनती में उन्होंने पत्र लिखकर, चिट्ठियाँ लिखकर अपने मेंबर्स को दे दी. मेंबर्स कितने थे? 600. Now you see, a state general was a political body under the king, in which all the three estates sent their representatives. अपने नुमाइंदे चुनकर भेजते थे, जैसे हम पार्लियामेंट के लिए भेजते हैं. The meeting was on 5 May 1789. Members were first and second estate 300 and 600 members of third estate, in which third estate peasants, artisans, women were denied. ये इस मीटिंग को अटेंड नहीं कर सकते थे. उन्होंने क्या किया? दे सेंट देयर डिमांड्स, मांगे भेज दी, इन अबाउट 40,000 लेटर्स. व्हाट वाज द वोटिंग प्रिंसिपल? वोटिंग कैसे होती थी इस स्टेट असेंबली के लिए? ईच स्टेट वन वोट. थर्ड स्टेट डिमांडेड वोटिंग बाय होल असेंबली. हर स्टेट में से एक एक पर्सन वोट आते. ठीक है, ईच स्टेट वन वोट. दैट इज वन फ्रॉम clergy, one from nobles, one from third estate. But this time the third estate, what did they demand? They demanded voting of whole assembly. That is, these persons all 360. This is here you see when in the assembly hall where they were gathered. In this, what they did that first estate and second estate members, they sat in front rows facing each other. Here you can see, here is the king and persons who called the meeting, king and his ministry. Here are these clergymen and noble. They are sitting facing each other in the front row, and standing back were the third estate members. They were in counting 600. They felt very insulted when they were standing here. This is the position, how they came in the hall. किस तरह उन्हें असेंबली हॉल में बिठाया गया. जो फर्स्ट स्टेट और सेकंड स्टेट के मेंबर थे, यानी क्लर्जी और नोबल्स, उन्हें कुर्सियों पर बिठाया गया, सबसे आगे, एक दूसरे के आगे मुंह करके, फेसिंग ईच अदर. बट जो थे उन्हें पीछे, थर्ड स्टेट के मेंबर्स को गिनती में भी बहुत ज़्यादा थे और उन्हें पीछे खड़ा कर दिया. इसके लिए उन्हें लगा कि ये हमारी बहुत बड़ी इंसल्ट है. डिमांड उन्होंने क्या किया कि एवरी स्टेट वन वोट इज़ नॉट a good thing. The whole assembly will vote. One vote from each estate was going in favor of the king. Why? First estate in favor of king. They are not paying taxes. Second estate, they are in favor of king. They will not speak anything. Taxes are raised as much higher as can be. They will not speak because they are not going to pay the tax. But the third estate will speak. But the vote is only one. So what will be the law? The law will be where there is majority. Majority will be of first and second estate. So for this they said that no, this time the whole assembly will vote. But the king did not agree on this, as if this is going to happen, then the third estate is not going to vote because their member were 600 and the majority would be of 600. So the third estate walked out of this meeting. They said they are not going to attend this meeting. Now there came the National Assembly. How this National Assembly came into being. On June 20, 1789, Third Estate assembled in a tennis court of Versailles. What did this when they marched out of the assembly hall on 20 June 1789? The Third Estate members, they assembled, they gathered in a tennis court, in an open court in the Versailles palace, swore of drafting a constitution to limit king's powers. Here they swore होती है जो हम कहते हैं oath taking, कसम लेना, oath taking. What did they say here? They said that they will draft a constitution. वो एक संविधान बनाएंगे. What will they do in that constitution? They would limit the powers of the king. राजे की जो पावर है, राजे के हाथ में जो कानून है इतने, उनके हदबंदी कर देंगे. He will not be given so many powers. They were led by. इनके नेता कौन बने, किन्होंने इन्हें उत्साहित किया? Who took them into this position? They were Mirabeau and Abscesses. This is Mirabeau, this is Abscesses. Now who were these persons? One thing we have to remember, when the Third Estate walked out of the assembly hall, when their demand was not kept, that whole assembly would vote, then they walked out. What did they do? On 20 June 1789, they gathered in tennis court of Versailles, and there they took an oath of drafting a constitution to limit king's powers. And who were the persons who led them? Who were the persons who set them to do all this? Who became their you say, हम हिंदी में कह देते हैं नेता. कौन इनके गुरु, कौन इनके नेता बन गए? Mirabeau and Abscesses. Who was Mirabeau? Mirabeau was born in a noble family. ये noble था, ठीक है. His father was a rich person and he was privileged by birth. उसके पास सारी सहूलतें थी. But then also what he said he wanted a society free of feudal privilege. जो राजा उसे जन्म से दे रही हैं सहूलतें, वो उसके पास नहीं होनी चाहिए. Brought out a journal, उसने एक जर्नल निकाला, छोटे से पैम्फलेट, and delivered powerful speeches. और बड़ी ही पावरफुल होती हैं, जोशीली, full of power, that changed the mind of the assembly people. That is Third Estate जो थी assembly की, उनकी उसने दिमाग माइंड वॉश कर दिया उसका. What did he say? That although I am belonging to a noble family, I have all the privileges, but I am not in favor of feudal privilege. So for this he brought out a journal so that people could read it and listen to his speeches. He gave powerful speeches in this gathering. उसने पूरी जोशीली स्पीच दी. Abscesses was a priest, वो एक पुजारी था. He wrote a pamphlet. What is the Third Estate? ये Third Estate क्या है? What was the condition of the people? How did they work? What was their position in the society, in the assembly, before the king? Now, condition of France during this 1789, that is when the revolution break out. Severe winter and a bad harvest. When these people were drafting a constitution, at that time France faced a very poor condition. Worst condition was of France. First thing was severe winter, बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड थी. Second was bad harvest. As we have seen back, that bad harvest was because of drought and hail. सोके और ओले के कारण, ओलाबंदी के कारण, ओले पड़े जो, उसके कारण सारी फसल खराब हो गई. Price rise. We have read in subsistence crisis. कीमतें बड़ी बढ़ गई. Bakers exploited. जो ब्रेड बनाने वाले थे वो क्या कहते, देयर इज़ नो ब्रेड, दे डोंट हैव एनी ब्रेड, दे क्लोज इट. उन्होंने पूरा सामान जो है वो इकट्ठा करके संभाल के रख लिया. होर्डेड सप्लाईज, होर्डेड होता है बंद कर देनी सप्लाई, ख़त्म है करके अंदर गोदाम में भर लेनी. All was hoarded, all was under their control. Bakers exploited, saying they don't have anything, they are not having any grains, they don't having any bread, and people were very in a very ugly position. एंग्री मॉब होता है पूरे के पूरे लोग, जो इकट्ठ होता है लोगों का, उसे कहते हैं मॉब. गुस्से में जो लोग थे इकट्ठे हुए हुए. अटैक द शॉप, दे न्यू दैट एवरीथिंग इज इनसाइड द शॉप्स, so they attacked all these shops and took away the grain from the shop. On 14 July, angry crowd destroyed Bastille. That we learned, we read in the very beginning of the lesson. On 14 July, this crowd destroyed the Bastille. These were all the reasons why they attacked it. And rumors spread that bands of brigands were coming to destroy ripe crops, ripe पकी हुई फसल, to destroy this ripe crop. इस पकी हुई फसल को ख़राब करने के लिए जो राजा के लोग हैं, जो उसके गुंडे हैं, वो आ रहे हैं गाँव की तरफ. रूमर स्प्रेड, दीज टाइप ऑफ जो अफवाहें थी ये फैल गई. पीजेंट्स अटैक्ड चिटॉक्स राजा का महल, उस पर उन्होंने अटैक कर दिया. That is peasants, farmers attacked the palace of the king, looted hoarded grains. जो संभाल कर गोदामों में रखा गया था वो अनाज उन्होंने लूट लिया. And burnt due records, the records that were kept, that this is the tax pending of the farmers which they have to pay. All records were destroyed. Nobles fled away, and in this attack the nobles, that is the second estate, those persons ran away from the country. Now, what was the result of all these happenings, all these events that took? We read the chain of events. कड़ी दर कड़ी, एक के साथ एक घटना जुड़ती चली गई. So, what was the result of this? The result was Louis XVI gave recognition to the National Assembly when he saw all this destruction in his country. He gave recognition, उसने उसे मान्यता दे दी नेशनल असेंबली को. Accepted that his powers will be checked by a constitution. He also agreed to this, that his powers, that the work done by him will be checked by a constitution. Constitution means संविधान. संविधान उसकी इन इस ताकत को जो भी उसे हक अधिकार दिए गए हैं उसकी देख रेख करेगा. ऑन द नाइट ऑफ 4 अगस्त असेंबली पास ए डिक्री, उन्होंने एक कानूनी हिदायत पेश कर दी. डिक्री होती है जो हम लॉ ऑर्डर्स लेते हैं कोर्ट के द्वारा. ऑन 4th August, on the night of 4th August, assembly took an orders of the court. इस कोर्ट में उन्होंने क्या किया? feudal system of obligation and taxes was abolished. ख़त्म कर दिया गया ये राज्य का राज. कोई टैक्स नहीं दिया जाएगा, कोई हदबंदियाँ नहीं लगेंगी, ये समाज ये करेगा, ये करेगा. दैट इज चर्च आर दीज पीपल, क्लर्जी आर दीज पीपल, दे विल नॉट पे दिस टैक्स, only the third estate will pay taxes. These all systems were abolished, ख़त्म कर दिए गए. Clergy's members had to give up their privileges. सहूलतें, they had to abolish their privileges. उन्होंने अपनी सारे जो सहूलतें थी वो उन्हें देनी पड़ी वापस. Lands owned by church was taken away. 20% of land was under the church. 20% land, next 20% was under the nobles. All these land was taken away. पूरा का पूरा लैंड उनसे ले लिया गया. Tithes was also abolished. Direct taxation and the church which was taking was taking 1/10 of the production from the farmers, that all were abolished. Results होते हैं इनका, इन घटनाओं का नतीजा क्या निकला? the नतीजा was Louis XVI accepted the National Assembly, उसको मान्यता दी. He accepted that powers, that उसके हक अधिकार जो है they will be checked by constitution. And 4th August the assembly uh, uh, passed and took an order from the court in which they said that all taxes, all obligations would be abolished. Clergy members had to give up their privileges. Lands owned by church was taken away. Tithes was also abolished. सब कुछ समाप्त कर दिया गया. See, here is the National Assembly. How they gathered. What this is, the person says who is showing his pamphlet. Correct? And these was the result of the events that took place in France. Now, France becomes a constitutional monarchy kingship, but constitutional, संवैधानिक, संविधान बना दिया गया फ्रांस में. Now, what did happen? Did this National Assembly do? National Assembly completed drafting constitution in 1791. 1791 में उन्होंने अपना संविधान मुकम्मल कर लिया. Completed their constitution. And in this, what did they do? Powers were assigned to legislature. सरकार को कुछ हक अधिकार दे दी. Executives, those who formed laws, they were given some rights. Judiciary, some powers were given to the judiciary. Nyayapalika, like in our country, these are the three institutions of our country, on the shoulders of which the government works. ठीक है, तो इन्हें इनके हक अधिकार बता दिए गए. That you will work in this limit. Vested law making powers to National Assembly. कानून बनाने का जो पूरा अधिकार था वो इस नेशनल असेंबली के इन 3 हिस्सों को दे दिए गए. That means all the powers of the kings were taken away. Whatever the work was given to him, that would be checked by the constitution. That is, संविधान से उसकी देख रेख करेगा. Now, how would this assembly be elected? Elected citizens, elected group of electors. Citizens इन्हें चुनते थे, जो आगे असेंबली को चुनते थे. Who chose the assembly? नागरिक पहले चुनते थे. Like we elect our representatives, then they elect the president, then the ministers, like that. Only men above 25 years. Now, what did they do here? This was also not a very good, because voting right was not given to everyone. But then too it was good. Why? Because kingship was taken away and the powers were divided between the 3 institutions. So what did they say? Only men above 20 years of age, जिनकी उम्र 25 साल से ज़्यादा हो, and paid taxes equal to 3 days of laborers wage. और जो टैक्स पे करते हैं, कर पे करते हैं, इक्वल बराबर किसके? 3 days ऑफ लेबर्स वे. एक आम वर्कर के, एक मजदूर के 3 दिन की तनख्वाह के बराबर. कुड वोट, ओनली दे कुड वोट. गिवन स्टेटस ऑफ एक्टिव सिटीजन्स, दे वर कॉल्ड एक्टिव सिटीजन्स. एक्टिव मीन्स जो सबसे आगे हैं. अदर्स और पैसिव, हम एक्टिव पैसिव वाई बोलते हैं डायरेक्टली जो बात करते हैं, जो इनडायरेक्ट एक्टिव पैसिव वाइज हम करते हैं. सो दे वर एक्टिव सिटीजन्स, दे वर वर्किंग फॉर द कंट्री. हु कुड नॉट वोट वर पैसिव सिटीजन्स. जो वोटिंग नहीं कर सकते थे वो पीछे के रह गए, उन्हें पीछे कर दिया गया. हाइएस्ट टैक्स पेयर्स कुड बी एन इलेक्टर हु पेड द हाइएस्ट टैक्स. जो सबसे ज़्यादा टैक्स पे करता था वही इलेक्टर बन सकता था. And then a member of assembly, and then only he could become the member of this assembly. And now declaration of rights. क्या क्या rights दिए इसमें? Constitution began with the declaration of rights to citizens and men. Rights जो हैं, they are the main were started from French Revolution. French Revolution की सबसे बड़ी देन है rights. And these took birth in French Revolution only. So Constitution, संविधान जो है उसकी शुरुआत कहाँ से की गई? With the Declaration of Rights. Rights were given to the citizens, नागरिक, and man. Man means मनुष्य. established as natural and inalienable rights, जिन्हें किस रूप में देखा गया, नेचुरल एंड इनअलाइनेबल राइट्स, नेचुरल जो कुदरत हमें देती है, जीने का अधिकार, बोलने का अधिकार, खाने पीने का अधिकार, एंड इनअलाइनेबल जिसे कोई छीन नहीं सकता, नो वन कैन टेक अवे योर राइट्स, दीज आर गिवन टू यू बाय नेचर, बाय गॉड, एंड दीज कैन नॉट बी टेकन अवे बाय एनी वन फ्रॉम यू. ड्यूटी ऑफ स्टेट टू प्रोटेक्ट द राइट्स ऑफ द सिटीजन, और स्टेट की ड्यूटी यानी सरकार का काम है, दे हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट, संभाल करना, सुरक्षा करना ऑफ द राइट्स, अधिकारों की, किसकी, सिटीजन्स, नागरिकों की. सो हियर वी हैव सीन हाउ द नेशनल असेंबली व्हाट डिड दे डू, दे framed complete constitution in 1791, and powers were distributed between legislature, executive and judiciary, and making power was completely in the hands of the National Assembly. Now who were elected? Citizens elected some electors. That electors were who were the highest taxpayers, and then they could be member of the assembly. And who could be an elector, जो कौन voting कर सकते, who could vote? They were persons who were above 25 years of age. Women could not pay vote here, ठीक है, and paid taxes equal to 3 days of laborer's wage. Women, peasants were not in this voting system. So then this constitution started with a declaration of rights to citizens and men. These rights were said to be natural, given by God and nature, and they could not be taken away by anyone. So the duty of the state was mainly to protect these rights of the citizens. Now what were these rights? The rights were right to life, जीने का अधिकार, right to freedom of life, पूरी आज़ादी है, आप किस तरह अपने लाइफ को जीना चाहते हैं. राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ ओपिनियन, अपनी ओपिनियन, अपने विचार रखने की आपको पूरी आज़ादी है. राइट टू इक्वालिटी बिफोर लॉ, कानून के सामने सब एक बराबर हैं, ये भी आपको अधिकार मिल गया. दीज ऑल राइट्स आर गिवन बाय द फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन. ये फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन की देन है हमें, पूरी दुनिया को. Children, if you liked my video, first of all thanks to all of you for listening my views. And now if you like my video, then please like it, share it, and also subscribe my channel. And also please comment in the comment box how you liked my video. Thank you, and be